So, to start off my presentation, I'd like to ask the audience a question. Have any of you ever had a career or a job that you didn't like? We've all been there. I've been there too. So, that brings me to I'm Kevin Kelley, and I'll be presenting on vocational identity. So, what is vocational identity? Vocational identity is just how you identify yourself in the workplace, and like what you like in your job, what you dislike, and what you look for in a prospective career. So it brings me to vocational identity starts at a young age. So that means that when you were little and you wanted to be a fireman or a superhero or whatever it was, we all had something. It starts shaping what you want to do when you grow up. So, not all of us can be superheroes, right? But if you wanted to be a superhero, that might not be possible. But you might want to just be there are plenty of heroes in regular everyday life, like doctors, firemen, police officers, so on. And it means you kind of wanted to help people in a way, because that's what superheroes do. So maybe that's what you need to look for when you're looking for a career or a job. So that also leads me to an important part of stepping stones are important. Now, this means that when you're going through all those crappy careers like we brought up, we've all been through them, when you're going through those crappy careers, then you have to know that those are going to help you shape who you're going to be when you go on later in life. So let's say you were working in construction over the summer and you just found out you like working with your hands or you like working outdoors, and that lets you know that's something you're going to look for when you're looking for your long-time career, when you're a full-grown adult and you've done whatever you need to do education-wise and whatnot. Which, education-wise, that brings me to, don't go to college for a degree. Now, this means that when people say, oh, you should go to college, you need to get more education, you need to take the next step. I mean, what's the point in that if you don't know what you're going to do with that? You want to go to college for a career. So, what does this mean? This means that when you're going to college and you want to become an astrophysicist, you don't want to get a degree in philosophy. That's not really going to pan out for you. You don't want to go in with absolutely no plan in mind. That doesn't mean you can't enter college undecided, because sometimes that's where you find out what you want to do. But it means that you need to know what career you're going to want and get your education towards that. And then you can be happy at your career and do what you dreamed about doing, instead of waking up every morning being miserable. Because no one wants to go to work hating what they do. Like, if you worked every day and just hated your job, that's going to be awful. And you need to know that identity entails your happiness. So, that's to say, if you know what you want to be in the workplace, that means that it opens up a whole wide variety of possibilities to you. You can be happy at work, you can love what you do, and you'll just love working even if you're not necessarily doing something that many people do or that there's a lot of jobs in, but you're doing what you love. And you need to work to find it. It's not going to come easy. You don't just all of a sudden wake up and you're a doctor. You have to work hard. So that means that if you need to do whatever schooling, you need to go and do well at it, so you can be the best doctor you can be, so you can have your vocational identity, so you can have your identity defined and have that also shown through your career. Which is also important to money doesn't equal happiness. This means that when you're working, it's not all about money. It's not money, money, money. If you're working for a big oil company, but you love the environment, it's not going to be worth it for you to make all that money and just hate what you do and dread waking up every day. It's better to, in fact, just maybe not make as much money, but love waking up and doing what you do. And you have to find those things in your life. And if that means that you don't make much money or any money, I mean, that's what you chose to do. And if that makes you happy, even if it's just outside of the work and it fulfills you, that's important to have that work identity in your life. That brings me to my final point. Happiness is key. You gotta know that with a vocational identity comes happiness. And with happiness, you can wake up and love what you do, which is something we should all be able to do. Thank you.